I enjoyed myself.
I watched it tonight.
What am I doing?
We're on episode 22, by the way.
Whatever number it is.
We're episode 22.
22.
Mm-hmm. It's a hard 22.
As opposed to the soft 22.
It sounds like a bad porn move.
The soft 22 or the hard 22?
Yeah.
I think both of them sound pretty good for it.
I gave it a soft 22.
What?
Which one was that? The soft 22. I gave it a soft 22.
That is a pretty that's a pretty good porn movie name. I'd watch it.
The soft 22.
The soft 22. What is this? I check it out.
Sounds like deer.
Oh no. Deer is still very dead. Deer is a big part of my childhood. I don't know if you
I remember.
that's a big part. I'm pretty sure I haven't because I don't know a reason why I would. But Adrian, have I told you a story about deer?
No.
Okay,
what's deer?
Me and Deontay had a friend, and this friend had parents, and his dad recorded a porno tape. This is back in the days of VHS. He recorded a porno tape, but it was a tape full of just different, like he had like the porn stations on his cable and stuff, so he would just record shows that would come on, right? So to hide the tape, it was a mixtape. So to hide the tape,
the porn mixtape.
Yeah. So to hide the tape from, I guess, his wife or whatever, right? He labeled the tape deer. And because, like, I guess he was like a deer hunter too. So, like, if you look at it, it's like
DEER?
DEER. So our friend gets a hold of the tape and, we're kids, he shows us. I'm like, oh shit, let me borrow that. When I tell you this VHS tape made its rounds from like 4 different people on any given day. It was like whenever we met up, it was like, hey, let me hold that deer. that tape would pass hands.
Okay. So it's not just so it wasn't just my friend group. Okay.
No,
I want to make sure.
No, I think that's a big part of the childhood there.
No, when I was in Germany, we had a drawer of all of nothing but porn and VHS tapes, right? And that drawer was basically you could rent one. Just sign it. We literally had it set up where you had like a little legal pad like this, right? And you sign it out. So and so's got volume 1, so and so's got volume 2, so and so's got volume 3. So we know who has the volumes. So to make sure, then you have the black one, the Asian one, and there was an actual, like, I think Behind Green Door was in one of them.
Behind
the Green Door is like an old, like, 1970 porn. It's like it's what the age of psychedelic and, like, it's some crazy shit. All right, if you had some weird porn shit or like a throwback, just type in that.
No,
some weird shit. It's not like crazy. It's some crazy shit.
I will not type that in. No, I'll take your word for it.
Is D frozen or just us? Oh, you're not frozen.
No, I'm good.
No, yeah, he's moving around.
No, so I wasn't just. So it's all guys do that.
No, yeah,
it's all nonchalant. Hey man, and let me get that, man. Hey man, what's volume 1 at, man? Oh, my bad. Sorry, it's Friday night. I know. You got nothing better to do.
And then there's nothing like losing track of the deer, so you're just like, hey Deontay, do you have deer? No, I don't have it. Nah. Who was the last one to have deer? Now you're making phone calls.
Yeah.
Hey, by
like
the way,
fucking pervert.
You don't have deer over there, do you?
Like a fucking pervert.
Yeah, I got it from Charles the other day, man. All right, well, since I don't drive because I am a teenager without my license and there's no Uber.
Drop the shit off of school, man. Drop the shit off of school.
Right.
Bring it to school.
The next time I meet up with you, like, just make sure you have it on you. You know, like, it's.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure the deer tape's straight, bro. What's wrong with you?
And then don't let them forget.
Oh, that fucks up your peak. However long you was gonna hold on to it, it fucks up your whole.
I had things to do.
Hey, man.
There was a new flick on it I didn't see.
No, by that time I'm pretty. I saw everything. I'm sure Deontay saw. Like, it was a VHS tape. What, like 2.5 hours tops of tape?
It was.
You just watch it after a while.
I never got deer though. I'll be honest. I never got deer.
You never got deer?
I never got deer.
You weren't in the rotation?
I didn't know, man. I was scared of porn, yo. You know, I was like a true love waits kid. Like I had done the pledge and had the ring, and I was just like, oh no. I even feel funny in my adult life, like going to strip clubs. It's like, oh, this is a little.
That's a waste of money.
Wait a minute, I shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's artistic, and I mean, don't get me wrong, like the women are talented as hell, like the strength to be able to balance and shit, like the acrobatics. It's some artful shit, but then it's like they get in there and they get to playing the game, and it's like you got to be a constant source of money. As soon as they see you stop spending money, it's like, oh well, go to the next one. Like, it's some people, they real professional with it, and it's like, oh, this is kind of weird, yo.
How can you just be so?
On me.
As soon as you say tapped out, baby, they up. And, okay, well, take care.
Sorry, Daddy. I'm like, what?
I thought we shared something, you know, when I was still throwing money. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know, but for real, this is something I know we ain't planning to speak about, but I know some guys actually speak out against how, like, as men, we're often heavily encouraged to, like, have sex as early as we can and with as many women as we can and stuff like that. So I think, like, strip clubs and stuff, like, kind of profit off of that.
Oh, the whole boys will be boys moniker.
Yeah, like, you know, keep your, like, don't let sex be the most important thing to you growing up, like, even in your teens. Like, I know it's hard, but, like, they just making it easy for us to get distracted in a sense, you know?
Hey, man, sex sells. Sex will always sell as long as there are men. I don't know.
It's the older profession known to man.
It's like it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't really think you get disenchanted with the idea, and when I say disenchanted, I mean, like, you know, like putting it on like pedestals and stuff like that. Like, you really don't get disenchanted with it.
You can't put a pussy on a pedestal though. You cannot put the.
You can never put a pussy on the pedestal. I mean, it's never, people do it, but it's never good to put pussy on a pedestal.
It's never good, but there's nobody telling us not to or how not to. You know what I'm saying? Because we end up when we getting porn and shit and trading it amongst friends and going to strip clubs and shit, like, we kind of, you know, we might not be putting it on a pedestal, but we lifting that bitch up. Like,
hey man, everybody fuck different.
Everybody, I mean, you know, you find a group of friends who, you know, everybody fuck different, common interest. You know, is what you gonna do, man. Like, it's the part of life. It's a part of growing up, man. I don't think that's necessarily a thing that, like, if you have a little boy and he's growing up, like, he's just gonna feel that way. As a parent, what do you do? I'm asking you all because you all were parents. But what do you do? What do you do? Adrian, I'm asking you specifically. What are you going to do when your son asks those questions?
Let's see. I don't know, because my father didn't really like. He said, "Hey, wear a raincoat." That was it.
Right.
That was my sex talk. Wear a raincoat. Don't get nobody pregnant. Cool.
I tried to. I was playing around with my dad. You know, the one that was Mr. Promises. I was with him, 1 week in Texas, and
Mr. Promises.
And no, I was with him, and I was in my head. I was playing a joke. Y'all remember the cartoon Bobby's World?
Yeah.
So on Bobby's World, Bobby asks his dad where babies come from, and his dad got real nervous because it was a fucking cartoon. So he got like real nervous, and he didn't really know how to answer the question. So in my mind, I'm like, ha, I'm gonna get my dad just like that. He's gonna be fumbling around just like this cartoon, right? Hey, dad, where babies come from? I was a little, I was a little kid. Where the babies come from? This nigga sat me down. All right, so listen. Men got penises. Women got vaginas. I was like, oh, wait. You don't want to, like, everything I learned up until that point was like off of TV. So I was like, you don't want to tell me about the birds and the bees? Birds and bees? Fuck that. Listen, you put your dick in a woman's vagina and you do it until you ejaculate. You know what ejaculate? And he was like breaking it down, and my little ears was like, oh, I don't know. What do I do with this information?
That happened to me when my son was in 6th grade. When he had a phone, right? And him and friends, like we don't check his phone as much like I'm used to, but in the 6th grade, you're checking your phone. 6th, 7th grade, that's when it started getting like, So we go through the phone. He's like, my son told his one kid, fuck you, you cum dumpster.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, first of all, I was like, excellent roast. I like that one.
That was a good comeback.
But then I was like, I'm sure. Then it was like, I hope you lose and they come on your face. That was the next one.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, okay, obviously, there's no way he knows what this shit means.
But he's
right? But,
it in the proper context, though.
But that's the thing. That's what White talks about. The context is there.
The scary part.
And I was like,
right.
we were like, okay, and we're both laughing. And I'm like, listen, we have to talk to him about this because we can't let him just, quote, no pun intended, bust off at the mouth and talk shit to people. So I was like, all right, so let's bring him in the room and talk to him. So we're in the room. Now I am trying not to laugh because I'm pretty sure I was high at the time. So I'm trying not to laugh. My wife's giggling. I said, listen, do you know what these words mean? She says, no. And I can honestly tell you didn't know. So we had to break him down because he said in such slang terms. We had to take the slang terms and bring it to like the medical definition of everything. So that was an awkward conversation, right? It's like, so we had the birds and the bees talk with him on accident because he was just let them fly, roasted motherfuckers. I'm like, all right, listen, man. So now he's about to be 16, feeling himself. So now when we have a conversation with him, it's very like, it's clinical, but we will talk to him like he's an adult. We're like, listen, don't be putting your dick in nobody. And that's how we talk to him now. Because he understands the whole thing is, and these kids, they're a lot smarter than we were when we were kids, And we kind of broke that barrier where we have to talk to him in such a baby way, like a child. We ain't talk like that. We're going to talk to you like adults. So, hey, don't do this shit with that because I'm going to tell you what happens. 20 years later, that you still with her for no reason at all. Because you got a child with that woman and you don't like her and all. So
now you got to learn to love her.
Yeah. So now, but that was easy. That conversation, my daughter, now that was going to be kind of weird. My 8-year-old, I don't want to have that conversation.
I mean, I think it's always going to be kind of because
my baby now.
Yeah, that's the baby. Now. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's always like. So I mean, why are we like that with boys?
You know why I like that with boys? Because we're boys and we know we can identify. As a girl, a boy is putting something in. She has to get permission. You have to get permission from that woman in order to put yourself inside of her. You know what I'm saying? And that's called rape if you don't.
Right.
So, but a woman, you have to give permission, but you forgot those guys are animals. So it's like, for me personally, having a daughter, it's scary as fuck because I remember when I was 16.
How much of a beast you was. Dog's a beast.
And then the phrase "just a tip" kept coming in. Just a tip. Just a tip.
What?
I have to think about shit like that. I have to prepare her to deal with savages like when I grew up. So it's
but
like,
all the while you raise a savage with
yeah,
the thought of knowing that you are a savage and I'm
I will
raising
have to
you as such.
I'm gonna give her the behind the scenes playbook of, don't let him reach his arm behind you. Don't let him say, "Can I come over just chill? Can I just come up for a cup of coffee? I just want to talk." No, that bullshit. No. We ain't doing that.
Well,
I got to make sure she knows all the tricks.
well, let me ask this, because Deontay had brought this point up earlier, because there is the double standard of it all. And didn't you have a question, like, what's the deal with that? Like, why are the point of that double standard? Like, why do we do that?
Me, you're Deontay.
Deontay.
And daughters. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I think just as a guy, like, you don't want your daughter to be the around the way girl. Like, you don't want your kid to be
You don't
the
want your
one,
daughter
like,
to succumb to the savages.
like,
you don't want her to
you don't
belong to
want
the
to
streets,
find
man.
out your daughter was the one, like, sucking dick under the bleachers. Like, it'd be like, all right, fuck, man, I ain't paying enough attention to my baby girl, because it's like sometimes you know what that stuff means. We joke about it a lot in our in culture, right? But how many strippers do we say, like, oh, you have daddy issues, or, like, you know, shit like that we always talk about, but a lot of that should be real. Like, so I think
No,
as a
because, I mean,
father,
you're right.
yeah, like, if you are a daddy and you in the home and your girl turns, like, your little girl turns out like that, like, shit, I would be sick, you know. Like, I would be sick.
Trust me. There's a thin line between comfortable with your sexuality and a hoe. There's a thin line. And again, it always goes back to this: women have a choice of how many guys they sleep with. Men only have opportunity.
Yeah.
Because a woman can choose. A man has to make the opportunity for her to get that. Men don't choose to have sex with women. If the opportunity presents itself, thank you. Right, women can call a guy up at 2:00 in the morning. Hey, come on through and beat the brakes off real quick. How many times do you have to throw that net out there at 2:00 in the morning? You got cast a wide net. You got, like, all right, it's gonna be I'm gonna throw this text message to, like, 5 different people. Who will answer first? Women don't do that shit. No. So when you raising a daughter, you're like, okay, I don't want her to be the person where she feels she has to have sex with all these people to validate herself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, when she gets older and more mature, she chooses to say, you know what, I enjoy sex, and I'm not my daughter specifically, but any other woman that enjoys sex and wants to have sex with, hey, by all means, if you're doing it safe for 2 consenting adults, go for what you know. You know what I'm saying? But at a young age, nah, man, keep that, keep it in your pants. Keep it, like my grandmother said, keep a penny between your knees.
Pretty good.
That's
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Keep a penny between your knees.
Yeah, keep a penny between your knees, baby. You never go wrong. I'm like, wow, that took me some years to get that when I was like, oh,
yeah,
you're right.
I don't think as a dad, and again, I'm not one, but I don't think as a dad you'd ever really get comfortable. Like, if she came of age, she's 21, fully able to make her own decisions. Like, you'll never get comfortable if she was to be like, Dad,
because that's your girl.
Dad, it's my body and I'm sexually free and I'm responsible. Like, you'll never be like, you'd be looking at it like, baby, no.
Right, the thought of some guy penetrating your daughter is like, oh no, yeah, like,
no. It's you don't want because some of the nasty shit you've watched in your life and done with the young lady of your choice. You don't want that for your child. You don't want that in her life because especially them drunk nights. Oh no.
Like, it's such a double standard, because it's like you don't want your little girl to be sexually experienced, but you also know if she's not sexually experienced, she's probably not going to get married. Like, so it's like, whoa.
But I'm raising women that don't need to get married. You don't have to get married. It's not like I personally, me and my wife already talked about it. If we go back now, we'd have never got married. We'd have stayed single. Not single, but we'd have been together, but not the piece of paper wouldn't mean shit. But it's all it is a piece of paper. And for tax purposes.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the idea of marriage, but like.
But I tell you this whole double standard all comes down to white supremacy. Because in Africa, no, listen.
I'm all down for blaming the white man for everything, but can we really blame him for everything?
Watch.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm with it. Watch where I go. Now, look, and this will tie into one of our topics too. In Africa, there was no homosexuality. There was no men had concubines, had 10 wives. You know what I'm saying? Not that I believe in that shit now, but who wants 10 wives?
Damn,
but
nigga, leave some for us. All right, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is that the hang up on sexuality wasn't a thing until you introduced white Christian religion. You know what I'm saying? Because once you introduce white Christian religion, then you're introducing supremacy. Then you're introducing the wife should be subservient to her husband. Then you're introducing the wife is not as smart as the husband, and the woman is a temptress to destroy you from God. That's what priests used to say, because they felt that a woman could tempt them into doing things, and because of sex, that you are the devil. You're tempting. You're pulling away from God. That's why women couldn't be priests. Women couldn't be pastors and all that shit. So you take that, transfer that to slavery, right? So if you're in slavery and white supremacy, this country is built on white male supremacy, right? We all know that, right? We can all agree on that. So if you take that, overlay it to this, now you can become into a country where women can't vote, can't own land, are basically property. You know what I'm saying? And what women are used for in this country is what? To sell sex, right? At the bus stations, the depots, and out west, you had the brothels, all that shit. So women are now just things to use. So it trickles on down, because now that's the culture of this country. Women are not supposed to be comfortable with their sexuality. Not supposed to have sex with a lot of men, because you have sex with a lot of men, guess what you are? You're a whore. You're a hoe. You work in a brothel. You know what I'm saying? That all comes down to now, if a woman has sex, a woman has a sexually active as a man, it goes back to that supremacist nature of, hey, just because you're a woman, you can't do that. But men, why? Because we have swinging dicks, we can do it. We are just as sensitive as women. We can be just as emotionally attached as women. So what's the difference?
Hey, Adrian, I agree with you. I would only call, this is what I call a whore, and I think this is the best definition that I've ever heard. It was from when I used to work at the domestic violence camp, and the police officer was writing the report, and he was like, I'm not going to say that she's a prostitute, but she had a very casual attitude about having sex.
That's a very PC way. That's a very PC way of saying that.
Very PC way of saying it.
She has a very casual attitude. She's just, if like, I do, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, you at some point in time, like, you do have to understand that you are sharing your body with someone else, and like, has this person been vetted? Do you really want them inside of you? Do you really want to share like?
But then you got to say to yourself, how now? If you come into a situation and say, hey, listen, I enjoy sex, I enjoy it with multiple people. That's one thing. But if you're on the street blowing people for $20 in a cab, how did we get there? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, first of all, did she need cab fare? What's going on?
I don't know. But how do
you use your God-given talents to get where you need to go, man? If she's across town and she ain't got $20, well, you might have to blow a guy and just listen, man. That's how.
Have you ever had to blow somebody? You ever had to blow somebody for a cab ride?
Never needed $20 for a cab ride, man. I've never been in such dire straits, man. I've always had options before I got to that point, man.
What I'm saying to you is this: how bad your situation got to be? You know what? Kiss my baby goodbye. Let me go suck some dick. Some random strangers that will possibly smack you or beat you, or if you were in the 80s, kill you. I mean, the Green River Killer killed what? 44 prostitutes? 44 people he killed. He was killing three prostitutes a month.
Who did that?
The Green River Killer out of Seattle. So you got to think.
Yeah.
If you got to think, how bad does your life have to be that you are sucking dick in an alley? That's the issue we need to get to.
It can be pretty bad, man. Life is hard.
What I'm saying to you, the white supremacy of the whole situation is, when I talk about prostitute, we're talking about regular women. If a woman is having more sex than a man thinks she has, if a woman has more numbers than you, I'm not fucking with her. No, ew. Why? If I'm a man, I have high numbers. Women don't say she does.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, if you're a man and your numbers aren't high, I think that's because your attitude about sex is not very casual, and so you want somebody that's like-minded about having sex.
No, some niggas just can't get it. No, we're not. Niggas ain't always taking the high road, and that's why their numbers are low. No, they just don't get it. Niggas talk themselves out of pussy all the time.
That's some true shit.
So we're not gonna say that these niggas is, no, nobody's that's not always the case.
Motherfuckers will talk for shit about
but you have, like, I'm sure that you had a shorty that you saw and was like, oh man, she bad, like I would like to, and then you get to talking to her, like maybe a couple of weeks go by and you really get to know her, and it's like, oh fuck no, I'm glad, like thank God I didn't,
because her numbers was high.
No, not her numbers, just talking to her, like just where her head was at, where she was at, and mentally and emotionally and shit. It's like, whoa, like say for example, if you met her but you found out like she had just gotten divorced or some shit, and she was still like fresh in it and would be calling you over to the house, you thinking y'all about to have a Netflix and chill night, and she just crying talking about this nigga and wants to be held type shit. You know what I mean? Like, aren't at some point you're like, okay, whew, I dodged the bullet there. Like,
yeah, but like I said, that's a very specific case. That's not always the case. Like,
but what?
Like, yeah,
example though.
Like, yeah.
Would you date a sex worker though? Ex-sex worker?
Would I date? Yeah, I date an ex-sex worker.
Okay. Well, let's preface this for a second.
All right, go for it.
There is a sex worker who is, say, an escort or a porn star, or a sex worker who's on D Street giving out $20 handies.
Okay, so like I wouldn't date someone who used to be a prostitute, but I'd date an ex-porn star. I'd date a retired porn star.
Well, but isn't a porn? What's the difference between a porn star who has sex for money with a budget and a woman giving $20 handies on the corner?
The budget.
Well, because she's being paid by
the budget. It's a business. It's a business.
It's a budget.
Why I gotta think differently of this chick because she used to be a porn star. What if she's like, all right, man, I'm done with the life. I gotta say that Mia Khalifa is still a hoe. Didn't she like denounce the whole porn star lifestyle and said
she's still making money?
But
she's still making money off of it though.
She went back, and if I can think, she's working for herself through OnlyFans. So she said the porn industry wasn't for her because of what the industry is. Yeah, so she had to go when she had to go work for herself.
The industry wasn't for her. The sex was though, and for that reason alone, no. Because I don't think you come back from some shit like that. I don't think you go from like
what kind of porn
Mia has become very successful outside of her.
What kind of porn? There's nuance to this shit. What kind of porn is she doing? Does she do gangbangs? Does she do threesomes?
Right, like because you can't go from like.
Is she doing a DP?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of shit. There's a nuance to everything. You can't be like a blanket statement.
Your shit before y'all.
But there's regular girls out here who's been in gangbangs and DPs. Lord forbid you fall in love with one. The retired porn star was just getting paid for her shit, and if she played her cards right, is a lot better off than before she did. She might be Lisa Ann, a legend in this business. Am I going to Lisa Ann come knocking on my door? Yes, I'm going to fucking date Lisa Ann. She's a fucking legend.
And a podcaster.
Okay,
and
what
and an author. And an author.
He wasn't trying to smash.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. You got a.
What she wasn't? Whoa, hold on. What do you say? What if she wasn't trying to smash?
What if she didn't? What if she was like, I've had so much sex in my days, like I just really want to find someone to love, and she was like not trying to smash you? Would you still date?
Ever?
Like ever? Right.
I guess though, like let's say she just changed
that would
and
just
she wants to
break
wait
any
till
code
she gets
that
married.
I have. Like, sex is
Or
a
she
big
wants to
part
wait
of
till she gets married,
wait
and
till
she's
she
vetting
gets
you.
married?
Yeah, she wants to wait till she gets married.
So she's vetting me, right? She's vetting me,
like
to see if I'm good enough.
She wants to marry you, and then when you get married, she may want to have sex with you. But during this whole dating, courting process, y'all just going out and having a good time.
That goes against my like.
That's like hanging out with a.
Yeah, that goes against my dating code anyway. Like I don't date I don't date anybody who wants to wait till marriage to have sex.
But that's like you're dating a let's say you're dating a professional athlete and they won't let you come into the games. You don't get no tickets, no nothing.
I know what you can do.
You can watch me on TV though, but you can't come to the game.
You I got your
tape.
You
can't come to the game. You can't sit in the front row.
I seen you on Deer. I know what you can do.
You're like, what? It's like that's kind of fucked up. That's like, you're like,
And for that,
really?
And for that, it's like, you know what? You're a terrible person.
Damn.
I don't think I want to date you. You're a terrible person. You've obviously got gifts, and you don't want to share those gifts. That makes you a very selfish person. And I don't want to date a selfish person.
That's like being a football fan, and they're going, you know what? I love you. I'm the president of the team. I own the Washington football team, but you can't come to any of the games.
You can't come to any.
What?
You can't get no autograph, merchandise.
No behind the scenes, no standing on the sideline. Mm-hmm. I own the team though. Mm-hmm. Whenever you meet me, you got to meet me outside in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come in.
And we can only go to Applebee's.
Right. With groups of people.
With groups of people to make sure that nothing happens.
Yeah. But how bad were you burned?
I don't think I want to date you.
At my house until 9 o'clock.
I don't think how you change your life around so fast, like all these changes like this. You was just with 10 niggas.
The problem is everybody wants a porn star until you get with the porn star. Then you're like, ew. You're a porn star, but I wanted you because you were a porn star.
No.
Now I get what you like, man. What's your IMDb credits?
I believe
credits.
I believe you like a person based off of who they are, not what they do. All right.
Ooh,
so
I'm gonna challenge that.
If this person who just so happens to used to be a porn star, but y'all share all the same similar interests, you're like, oh shit, you're a dope person.
What if I was a serial killer and we say the same interests?
Do I know that you're a serial killer before we start dating? Because I don't think I'm gonna date you if I know that I'm not going to be on your serial killing radar if I know that you're a serial killer before.
What if you don't? What if you don't know, and you find out later that the woman you've been dating
you're a person that kills people serially? I don't think I'm going to want to continue. Well, actually, I'm going to have to be forced to stay with you. I got to keep you close now. Now that I found out, I either have to keep you close enough to kill you whenever I want, when I feel like my life is in danger. I can't leave you and turn my back, and then I'm the one that broke your heart. Now I'm your target. Nah, you gotta play your game. Play the game smart.
Did you send out the link?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta play the game smart when you do with a serial killer. But with a porn star, if you're dating a girl, let's say you didn't recognize her, and then all of a sudden she turned out to be Capri Styles. Cherokee ass, something like, oh shit, I didn't even know that's you. We've been talking for weeks on the phone. I didn't know you're great. Like your personality, like you are dope as fuck. But now that you know that it's Cherokee the ass, are you like, I can't?
I gotta go to work.
Yo, I think if I found out,
do you kiss her when she comes home from work? That's the question.
Do you pay for the date?
No, they're retired. They're not even going to work anymore.
Yeah, they're an active porn star? I could do that. I could do an active porn star.
I've seen some porn stars was like, it's a pretty dope person. Like I follow these chicks on like Instagram. And I'm like, it's a pretty dope person. But if you were actively a porn star, I don't know. Hold on. For to keep me from being a hypocrite, I would have to say yes, because I would date a person who has an OnlyFans. I would be with a person and start an OnlyFans.
What is she doing? What is she doing?
Huh?
What is she doing on OnlyFans?
Yeah, I don't
know. It could be sexy shit. I don't know.
Doing nip slips or something.
She could be playing with toys for all I care. Like
I would say nip clips.
It's a nip slips. She could be doing wet T-shirt videos for all I care. Like I don't care. Like, yeah.
What is she doing? Where is she doing gangbangs on OnlyFans?
And obviously, you have more than one person in your life currently, so I don't think there's room for me in this gangbang.
I'm just saying. I mean, I just
know I couldn't pay for the date, because especially if you was at a gangbang, it's like, how much did these niggas pay? like you can't charge me the admission fee, like just because I came in after 11. Like, go ahead, young.
So came in after 11, but oh shit, I've got the wrong number. Damn it!
Right. Man, they put me on the list. What you mean?
Right, I'm on the list. Check again.
40 ahead? Nah, yeah.
You said 40 ahead. Oh shit!
Like, these niggas got in here for free. You gonna make me pay for the date? Nah.
For everybody, hold on, nigga. I didn't order this.
Who ordered the mozzarella sticks in this bitch? It wasn't me. I didn't order any mozzarella sticks. I'm not eating mozzarella sticks.
I'm only paying for me, and then I'm out.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is a very long opening. I love it.
Look, man, we can just keep moving because we're already like in the flow of the topics. We'll just do the opening later. Post.
I don't need an opening. We can start like this. What I'm now with now, why do y'all think OnlyFans decided not to do porn? They go back. I have a theory.
It's like Coca-Cola. Like when you have Coke and then you come out with vanilla Coke and cherry Coke and all that shit, and then you just come like back with the classic, and then your sales go up because it's like,
they didn't do it long enough for that to work.
Nah.
Like they literally cut it for like 3 days, 4 days, and then it was like, hey, never mind, you guys, we're going back to selling smut.
I have heard that it was because they want to start like the adult only platform soon, and it was like helping them transition to it. But I don't know. What's your theory, Adrian?
I honestly think they realized how much money they would lose after that, because as soon as you saw that, you saw porn stars, you saw rappers, you saw everybody else starting their own platforms. Like, we're going to do this platform, we're going to go over here, we're going to go over here, and they were like, oh my god. Because it's not like the back in the day where only a finite amount of people have access to certain things. We can start OnlyFans doing anything. You can start a website doing anything. Just buy a domain name and start doing a website and promoting it. Mm-hmm. So they were like, shit, how much billions and billions and billions of dollars they're going to lose a year on porn? Oh no, they can't do that.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, again, sex sells. So like, yeah, like you can have the other platforms. It could be other podcasts on the platform. It can be, I don't know, music. You can do art. It could be art on OnlyFans because it doesn't only have to be about sex. But when you look at your pie chart, it says, hey, yeah, all of our money being pulled in from the sex.
From the sex.
Then
from the sex.
Like, it would be crazy to pull that off your platform, because so they were saying that outside forces like banks and stuff like that who were like bankrolling them, it was like, hey, listen, if you want us to continue funding you, gotta cut the smut. It was like, you can't lose this, okay. And then once, like Adrian said, everybody started going their separate ways, and they started seeing that smut dollar go to a half a pie, then to a quarter pie. Then it's like, oh shit, I think we fucked up.
You know, the funny thing
I
is
think
that
they're still small enough to where they can yell down the hallway and say, "Hey, Charlie, you fucked up," and then things get changed. You know what I mean? So,
but it's funny how the banks will like draw the line at sex, but they have no problem like on slavery. A lot of these banks are come from slavery. Wells Fargo, you know, sold life insurance policies to slave owners. Shit like that. $1 billion companies. But all of a sudden now, oh, you can see some titties, and they're like, no, we don't like that. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
it's the stupid. They're trying to redo this conservative movement. People are past that shit.
no,
We have
I
TVs
mean,
now. We have the internet.
You can draw the link between slavery, sex.
Well, yeah, I think you did a great job of it earlier.
So, like, that's how they can be like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we we did this whole thing with slavery, you know, back then, but this is how we can also take this stance on sex. And it's like it's all bad in the Bible. It's all this smut, this girl on girl, this gang bang, these toys, and this isn't Christ-like. and I bank
a border
of
wall.
whatever is I'm not putting no more money to this. And I'm sure for their, you know, in their pockets, OnlyFans, they was like, yo, if this bank pulls out, that's going to hurt us too. But I'm sure you can find
shut the whole company down.
You can find a whole lot more sex workers if you keep promoting OnlyFans as a sex work site. You too can be as big as Pornhub. So
yeah, think about it like this: how many people are checking for that new artist on OnlyFans painting for an hour a day?
So I think it was a bad move that they quickly realized was a bad move, and they reneged immediately. But now, because they did that, I mean, it still hurt business wise because they did that. These artists now have to have backups just in case OnlyFans fucks up again. So they've got to spread out and go to other places.
What they're doing, they're going to push ownership, like with rappers and YouTube and musicians on YouTube and stuff like that. You're going to push people to just say, you know what? I don't need a music label anymore. I can do everything myself. You know, there's no more gatekeepers to porn or whatever else because I can do it myself. I can make up my own web page and promote it. I have Twitter. I have Instagram. If you have fans, you have fans. You know, they'll find you.
Yeah.
You know, they'll Google where is so and so's IMBD or links. If you go on Instagram, you click one of Instagram girls or whatever, our whole entire tree comes down. You know where to go. So why don't you need OnlyFans? You know?
Hubster. Do I don't know what that is. Sounds like an OnlyFans.
What is it called?
Hubster. I've seen that around. On that tree. I've seen.
What's that? What's Vimo? Is Venmo? The Venmo?
Venmo's.
Vimeo.
Yeah.
Vimeo doesn't.
They don't do smut. They do.
Well, I'm saying
music.
You said smut. You said smut like an old white man.
Right.
Smut. They don't do smut.
Smut. That's smut. No, but I understand what you're saying. But that was a business move. That's all that was. That wasn't a morality move. That wasn't like I'm here for you sex workers. No, it's like, oh shit. We didn't carry the number over. We didn't carry the one. Oh.
Hey, listen.
That's how much?
Like you said, Adrian, earlier, man, off camera when you were saying, you know, you got hurricanes and stuff was happening in Afghanistan and the sex is taking over. Hey man, we're in the thralls of the apocalypse, baby.
I got a Category 4 hurricane right now on my phone. Look, it's a Category hurricane in a state that has some of the worst COVID numbers with patients in hospitals right now. Ain't that a fuck?
Is Ida here or is it still on the way?
Ida's landed.
Landed already?
They're coming in. It just cleared up. So once it's cleared, that means right behind it, you're in the eye of the storm now. Yeah, that's when it's bad. So it's like I don't say the rapture is here, but damn it, it's knocking on the door. Yeah, that shit.
Oh man, you think that's what's gonna happen?
What, the rapture? No.
No, I don't believe in that shit.
We're atheists over here, or not even atheists, but we just definitely don't believe in like
I don't believe in the I don't believe in the, I gotta say this, the white man, not the woman, the white man's Bible, but that's bullshit. And the fact that King James was a black man, everybody know that.
So he was in on it. So
he was in on it. But I'm telling you, because people don't realize that time when the King James Bible was like, when all that's the 1500s and 1400s, when like the 1400s, 1300s, the Moors ran most of the country, most of Europe, black people. So they don't show those images on your history books where like you go to like a history book in England or something like that, you'll see the actual like the kings, the queens, the noblemen, the knights, all black people. They're all Moors. You could tell, but then you'll have paintings side by side of where they changed the nose. They'll change the nose. They'll pale the skin out a little bit. They'll change the hair texture. But this is all post-slavery. Like right before slavery started, this is when all this is going on. Once the Spanish Inquisition started and they started killing off Muslims and Jews, because they're like, the only way we can stop this, we got to kill them all off. So they started killing Muslims, Jews, and all that stuff. That's what the Spanish Inquisition was. The Dark Ages was a time of black people running Europe and Spain and Northern Africa.
Type of racist shit. That's the Dark Ages? Is that why they called it the Dark Ages? Because Blackie was running shit?
It has nothing to do with the bubonic plague or all that death. It has nothing to do with that. It was the fact that the Moors were running most of Europe and Spain at the time. Because Islam had creeped up through Northern Africa to Spain. Then the Moors went into, you got this. See what I'm saying, man. There are kings and queens of Russians, Germans, English people are all black. There were black people running those countries. Fucked up, right? Supremacy, baby.
Supremacy.
And that brings me to my another point of Afghanistan. So we all know what's going on in Afghanistan, right? We all know that the United States have pulled out of Afghanistan because we're in a 20-year war that I missed by one day because I got out right before we went to Afghanistan. And it went to shit, right? Because Taliban came back and was like, thank you. Because the whole entire Afghani army fell. They were like, all right, here.
Listening to Joe say it, they didn't just fall. They just, we out.
That's basically what happened.
They didn't even fight. They was like, yeah, we out.
Listen, I don't think, I think Genghis Khan lost against Afghanistan. I think China has tried and failed. Russia has failed, and we have failed. You can't beat there's two reasons why you're not going to be able to beat Afghanistan. One, the terrain. It's nothing but mountainous, and it's hills, and so it's a lot. You can hide a lot of places. You can, it's hard to fight in that kind of terrain. You're not a home court advantage. You know what I'm saying? You don't win a battle that's not in your home court. That just happens all the time. Second, when you try to fight people who will blow themselves up, you can't really fight that.
Yeah.
You can't defeat that kind of fundamentalism. You can't. If you're telling me that I will kill you, and you're like, go for it, I will kill you with me.
Nigga, that ain't shit. I'll kill myself and take 5 of y'all with me.
So how do you beat that? And that's the exact same thing that happened in Vietnam. Pre-Vietnam, you had Korean War. You had the Koreans in their uniform, the Chinese in their uniform, we in our uniforms. You know who you're fighting. You're going up on a hill. You're fighting these people, right? World War I, World War II, the Germans, the Austrians. We see you have your uniform. I have my uniform. We know who you're fighting. Vietnam, there are no uniforms when you're fighting Viet Cong. So you have no idea who you're fighting. You cannot beat people who look like everybody else because you have no idea where to attack. You have no where am I going?
Yeah, they said the rules of engagement for Vietnam were fucking insane.
That's why they're in Vietnam. They were killing villagers. They were killing because you never know who. Now it was all fucked up and wrong. We shouldn't have been there in the first place because us going there was all made up anyway. But you can't fight. You can't beat an army where you can't identify that army. Conventional European Western warfare is you're on that side, I'm on this side. Let's charge at each other.
So what you're saying is we're bad against guerrilla warfare?
Yes, we can't. You can't. No one could beat another person on their home court. How? How do you beat? You're flying. We're parachuting to your home territory. You know where the secret cave is at. You know where everything's at. How am I going to beat you? Unless I'm in Japan and I drop a bomb on your whole fucking country.
Say fuck it. I don't condone that either, but history.
They killed 500,000 people in one shot. So so you got to say to yourself, this was going to end this way anyway. There's nothing that we could have done that was going to make it like this, because you can't go to another country. I'm going to set up a government for you. I'm going to do all this stuff for you. Now you're just like us. It has never worked. Name one country it's worked in. I'll wait.
Oh, where you could go somewhere else and conquer it? Yeah, I don't know, man. Alexander conquered a few shit. Genghis Khan conquered a lot of shit.
Okay, but how long? But they did not. What they did was they annihilated people and killed millions. Now, we're not in the habit of going through and just killing all the Taliban one by one by one by one. It's not going to work that way. We live in a society with TV and human rights and all that stuff. We're not doing that. We're not in that cruel ass way of warfare.
Hey man, you asked who? I just said who.
We have rules of engagement. They're never going to beat Afghanistan. You're never going to beat the Taliban. You're not going to do it. 20 years? Come on. All they did was go, all right, we'll wait it out. We good. Y'all going to get tired of sending money. Y'all going to get tired of the Afghan government. The people are poor. So if I give you some money, you'll leave me alone. Yes, you have the women's and little girls' rights over there being trampled upon. Of course they are, because their definition of Islam is backwards. So again, when you have people who are willing to die for their cause, literally die, you can't beat them.
But how we out the way? How we get in this situation, man? What happened?
Bin Laden. Like, that's what happened. 9/11 happened. Bin Laden organized an attack on the U.S.
No. We know why we were there in the first place. Bush did it. But like the whole pullout. Whose pullout game was strong enough? Who orchestrated this pullout game?
The orange Cheeto. Because what he was trying to do was fulfill a campaign promise of pulling out of Afghanistan. So instead of him talking to the Afghani government and trying to set them up, he's talking to the Taliban. Because recognizing the Taliban had more juice. So they were like, we're going to talk to you. We're going to be peaceful. We'll leave. We'll set a deadline. So when they set a deadline, they're like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. We're going to start building our forces right now. We're going to start doing this right now. We're going to start making sure people know when you guys pull out, we're coming back. And as soon as Biden said, okay, we're leaving today, they were like, all right, here we go. And they marched themselves. They marched themselves throughout the whole entire country and took it over in a matter of a week. They took the country back in a matter of a week.
Yeah.
So there's nothing we could have done to go, all right, guys, here's your government, here's your army, here's your this. Now defend yourselves. So now we're throwing them into a civil war of their own once we leave. So it's you either go to war with the Taliban as the Afghanis, or you go, you know what? I'm tired of fighting. It's been 20 years. Y'all will kill my family. Y'all will kill whoever. You know what? Here you go. Hey, take this shit.
Which is why everybody said who had the power to pull out of Afghanistan said, "Yo, the region is too unstable. We cannot. Well, now that we're here right now, we cannot."
Well, the thing is, they should have been out of there after Bin Laden was taken out. They should have left. But United States has a tendency to be imperialist, empire building. Plus, Afghanistan has some of the best heroin in the world.
I've heard.
Some really good minerals, some really good
hey man,
stuff we need.
Say no more, man. You had me at heroin, baby.
I mean, people got to realize this is all about money. I mean, you got to think how many people got rich? How many contractors, military contractors, got rich in Afghanistan? What?
Oh, we gotta break that down, because see, I just learned this too. I learned that the government, basically, they'll have a war but they don't not like the bullets, the guns, the artillery, even the rations. Like none of that stuff is done by the government. They contract all of these different people out. So you got people's homeboys who trying to like grow their business and stuff. Like oh yeah, we'll get $200,000 worth of bullets from homeboy Joe down the street. Like we'll get a
Oh
contract
yeah,
for him.
yeah, that was on Lord of War and War
look
Dogs.
at Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney was the vice president. No, was he vice president? Secretary of Defense. No, he was vice president, I think.
Vice President
Donald
Cheney.
Rumsfeld. Yeah, Cheney was vice president. So Cheney had owned part of a company. What's the name of the company? It's Halliburton. I almost got a job for them when I was in the military. Halliburton was paying motherfuckers a lot of money to go overseas to work and play in the desert, driving trucks around and doing all that shit. And what that was, they were getting government kickback. The government go, all right, we're not going to put our people in harm's way, but you know what? If you have this company that makes all these cars, wherever like this, we'll pay you to do all that, so our people don't have to go over there. And now it becomes political because now that same company will become a lobbyist for Congress, and they will lobby Congress to either stay in a war. This is the reasons why we need to be in this war. They did this in a war, and they will have Congress people who will be sponsored by these lobbyists or these other companies. They'll give them campaign funds and go, hey, if you lobby on behalf of Halliburton to stay in the Middle East because Bin Laden killed my sister's cousin, I will give you campaign funds. Then you have these motherfuckers in Congress are going, let's stay there, let's stay this. It's not them talking. It's the people funding their campaigns talking. That's how money in politics work. That's how lobbyists work. I'm lobbying you to do this for me. I need to stay in Afghanistan. If I'm Halliburton, if I'm Caterpillar, if I am different food companies, I need to stay over there. It's a good chunk of change. Don't take my porn away from me. I need my porn.
Right.
Wait, we was getting porn from there too? No, we done.
No, I'm
we
saying
can't pull out now.
Them poppy seeds though.
It's just like OnlyFans. It's just like OnlyFans. We're gonna pull out. Oh shit! Look how much money in our pie chart that is. Stay there right now. We don't give a fuck about. If you really cared about Afghani women and shit like that, you would not have a problem with them coming to the country and applying for visas. But now, guess what? Republicans don't want to open visas waivers. So one, I want us to stay there, but I don't want us to stay there. I don't want you to come here. I want to help you in your country, but your country is a crumbling mess. But if I stay there, guess what? I get to build things there. I get to take things from there. It's all a fucking scam, man. It's all a scam.
Hey, I mean, I don't think that's ringing truer over here in America than if you look at this whole education situation. Right?
Hell yeah.
Yo, I know schools that have like their entire classes have shut down, but not the school. You know what I'm saying? The class. So they will find a kid positive, and they would send that class home maybe for a couple of days. But it ain't like they're not taking the precautions like they used to, and they're not.
You talking about because of the mask?
Back down. Like not only the mask, but just them. They're not. They're trying to. They're putting so much language behind trying to make up for the educational gap that they're
the same gap that we've been fighting before COVID even.
Oh nah, they're saying that it's even deeper now, so they gotta really get the kids back in school. But they're not talking about the economic benefits that come from putting kids in school. Like they're not highlighting those things because that's the real reason. Like I think just this past couple of days alone, it's like, man, if you ever thought that America or the government gave a fuck about your children, you are sadly mistaken, yo. They are trying, like, they don't give a shit about these kids, yo. They will let them burn and die and catch this COVID and take each other out. They're not giving a fuck. They trying to get back to stimulating the economy, getting some money flowing, and putting more money in rich people's pockets.
Yeah, they don't give it. They don't really give a shit about. You have like some people. I care about the education system of our kids. Really, you really care. Where the hell did all this money come from? Where did all this free money come out of nowhere? You know what I'm saying? Where did all this free money, this money for COVID relief and all this shit, it came out of fucking nowhere. Why did we have the money 2 years ago? You know, and then, like, your point, Deontay, I went to my daughter's school, a little meet and greet. I'm thinking they got all the COVID relief money. They did some things to the school, made some classrooms bigger, maybe built some trailers or some shit, right? Nothing.
No.
I'm like, yo, where happened? Where did all that money go to?
But I did notice that all of the schools in PG got new signs, got new high school or middle school joints that telling what's going on from the street.
Yeah, but where's the money to, like, the whole time that we were out of school, right? Like, I understand that the last administration was a bunch of assholes and they had no shit. But wouldn't it make more sense? Like, I want to get our kids back to school. Right? Okay, cool. I agree with you. We all agree on that. How about all this money that we're giving out to the schools to get everybody back in school? We extend the buildings, make the buildings bigger. You know, put some books in it, give everybody laptops, all that shit that would help reduce the risk of kids getting sick, right? Makes sense. None of that shit went anywhere. Where did that money go? I want to see an invoice. Did teachers get raises? No. Does every kid have a laptop? No, they had to give them back. But obviously every kid can have a laptop, because guess what? Everybody had a fucking laptop last year. So
where those y'all had to give them back? Were they just going to store them in a fucking closet somewhere? Like, where are these laptops going?
Like, we the three of us have had this conversation for weeks. We had the opportunity to change our education system. They don't need books anymore. For what? Give them laptops. Get them on the internet. Make broadband a thing. They don't need books for what? What do you need a piece of paper for? Now, if you're in like elementary school and you're practicing your writing and stuff like that, yes, writing exercises, stuff to learn how to write. But once you get to high school, what do you need a book for? Everything is in this box right here we're looking at.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. We definitely got to change with the times. I think before we super duper address education, we got to address like the working, like what working is, what work looks like in America. And that's why this great resignation has been such a thing, I believe. And the statistics show that it's not very big. Like, it's not as many people leaving their jobs as we initially thought. But there is a lot of people that are, I'm finding out about more and more people who have like high level jobs, but they only got them for the health insurance, or like they'll be taking unpaid leave for weeks at a time because it ain't the thing that makes them the money, but they get summers off and shit like that. So I think that 40-hour work week thing is what we really need.
Okay, so hey, you guys, something really bad happened. I did a thing. My headset died, and the sound went with it. So according to the chat, like, if anybody was listening in, we went from Afghanistan to how Deontay is doing in his workforce job, and how this idea is blowing your mind. So we've
I don't see anything in the chat.
Yeah.
Refresh real quick.
Well, if he
on Twitch?
Yeah, on Twitch.
Yeah, refresh it. Yeah, refresh Twitch page.
So I fixed the audio. We are back on pace. But no, but I just wanted to let you guys know. But by all means, man, go.
Good job, man. Good job. I'll cut it out later. You had one job. One job.
I need to get fined. They said I need to get fined.
Had one job, man. Jesus. Thank you. No, but I'm still back to what we were saying. I'm still on this thing. Like,
yeah. So what are we talking about though? What's happening?
Well, because D's saying that we're on a subject of like education. Now, we went to Afghanistan, then we went back how Afghanistan connects to all this shit and teaching and all the money, right?
Which you guys are doing a wonderful job tying in everything. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. What he's saying, what I'm blown away is that as an educator, which he is, thank you, by the way, and a musician, I'm sure you're a fine one, you've never had to audition on a job interview for a music teacher. That just, to me, is like, that's like me being a chef and going, listen, I can manage people, but I can't cook worth a damn. Because every chef job I've had as an actual sous chef or executive chef, I have to cook. Yeah. I have to know, they have to understand that I know how to make food, teach people how to make food, and food tastes like.
Yeah.
That is crazy to me that, you know what, hey, you're a music teacher. You can't sing. You can't play the music. But come on down. We need to fill a slot.
Well, it's not that it's not that you can't. They're just not testing you for doing those things.
But how would they know?
They're not even evaluating your aptitude.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, because teaching something like music is like, okay, I'll put it this way. When it comes around December time and your little girl is in like 2nd or 3rd grade, you probably are going to hate to go to it. But if you don't have one of those little stupid assemblies where they get up there and they sing something or they do some little shit and it's all key and it sounds bad,
Christmas, all that bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get that as a parent, like, them niggas be upset. It'd be like,
yeah,
well, my baby didn't get y'all ain't have no program or nothing this year.
But y'all don't have like a curriculum that you follow musically, or as a music teacher, y'all don't have.
Yeah, that's the other question.
I mean, some people do if they are fortunate enough to have an administrative team that will invest in purchasing one. Some do, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them is just like, well, look, we got a winter program, we got a Black History Month program, and we got an end of the year program. You get us through those 3, you know, you recruit some kids, you start a program, you definitely got to start an after school something, like, because we can't pull them out of their core classes for any reason at all.
For testing purposes.
No.
So call them out, man. What schools ain't got that?
What you mean? I don't know what schools don't have it specifically. I would just say if you're a parent and you're looking to put your kid back in school, which I don't really think I would suggest either. But if you are, like, investigate all of those things, see how rich all of their departments are.
Man, you just really, I'm gonna have a conversation with my wife right after this podcast.
Yo, I mean,
what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to the music teacher and be like, hey, you see that guitar over there? Play me something real quick.
No, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call the school up and say, is this person, is this person qualified to do their job?
But they wouldn't know. That's what I'm saying, Asian. Like,
that's the jacked up part about that is like they wouldn't even know. Like I COVID has really shown a lot of different things in the education system that I didn't realize I wasn't really paying attention. I am now, and it's like we don't really give a shit.
So who are you? Who are you gonna question? That's my thing. Like, are you gonna question the math teacher? Hey, does this person really know math? Hey, here's this equation off the top of your head. What is?
But see, here's the thing.
What's the answer?
But Deontay, tell me if I'm wrong about this. Teaching math, teaching English in elementary school is not as complicated if you know how to teach, right? But if you can teach, but to teach music or something that takes an actual skill, that's when it's the hard. That's when you need somebody that's actually qualified. Because go ahead.
No, I think if I'm lining up with what you're saying, I think it's a lot more involved because I say that the core classes really teach like theory, whereas your arts classes teach like application. Like, it's one thing you can run up and down the gym, but like, can you skip? Can you hop? Can you?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
All of those different things. Like, you could sit in English class and analyze poems all day, but when kids come to my class and we're analyzing rap songs that they know, they're like, oh, I didn't know the song said that. I didn't know those words were in there. Yeah, but we're doing the same thing that you do in English class. We're just actually studying the real life application of that stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I see what you're saying. I said those core classes teach the how. You're teaching the why. Why is it like this? Why is this note like this? Why does it do that?
Oh yeah.
And that's what. And that's what
from what he said at all just now.
You didn't get that?
No.
I got why liberal arts is so important.
If anything, it would be the other way around. So he's saying in theory, The core classes is teaching you the why. Once you get to me, I'm teaching you the actual application. You actually have to do what it is that you're being
That's what
taught.
I just said.
Or maybe
that's not what you just said.
That would be the.
What did I just say?
You said it the opposite around. It was backwards.
I got what you're saying, Adrian.
Thank you.
No, because I got what he was saying, but he said
I got what
it
you said,
wrong.
but I didn't
How
say it
did
backwards.
You did say it backwards.
I said how. I said, I got written back in the tape. I'm saying that he basically in his classroom, it's these are the reasons why we're doing this. The teachers teach you the actual like how this is how it's done. His class teaches why it's done. That's what I said.
That's not
what I said.
He's saying you're doing. I'm not teaching you what you're doing. I'm not telling you why you're doing it. I'm now this is where you run.
But isn't that what I said?
Your classes are telling you, hey, look, on paper, this is how you're supposed to run theoretically. Here, you're going to run, actually.
That's what I said.
That's different.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's different from the why. That's different from what you said.
No, I'm saying it's why. Why does 1 + 1 is 2, right? Why is that? And that his class is the why. Why is the note sound? This is a note, but this is why that note sounds like that. That's what he teaches. The why. This is the reason why. These are the reasons why it's like that.
No, but he said this is a note. Now play the note.
I feel like it's different. Well, shoot, just to even incorporate what both of y'all are saying, like it's really both. Because let your kid get up there and yeah, they can sing a song, but they also got to know how to stand fucking straight. You know what I'm saying? And they also got to know how to get on the stage and how to get off. And they also have to know what it feels like to perform in front of friends and family and be nervous and shit like that. Those are the things.
Why do I stand up straight? This is the reason why you stand up straight. Why do I hold a note like that? That's the reason why you hold a note like that. And that's a practical application of what they're teaching in other classes. That's why liberal arts is so important, along with math and science. It should be running neck and neck. And we tend to treat math and science as the higher level and liberal arts as no. Liberal arts teach you how to interact with society and everything else like that. What series? What?
I just wanted to say, man, that's a great tie-in. You did really good, man. I'm proud of you.
You got that venomous look in your eye. That's why I want to say something.
No, you did good, man.
Creativity is like the #1 soft skill right now at jobs.
But it is though. But you got to think though. That's how you get the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Oprah Winfreys, and those are all liberal arts people. Mark Zuckerberg. People say it's all math, yeah, but you have to understand people to understand Facebook.
Zuckerberg did not understand people. Zuckerberg probably still doesn't understand people. He learned it from math. Wait.
He understands people enough.
He had friends. He had friends that understood people, in which as soon as his value skyrocketed, he said, fuck y'all. This math is about to get me where I need to go.
I figured it out. Kiss my ass.
Right. I got it now. Y'all good.
I'll take it from here. That's what he did.
You just sit right there.
Also,
you stay there.
The reason for liberal arts, I think, also is important because you want to interact with people socially, how to deal in a situation where you're not just around your because math and science, you can hide behind the work. You know what I'm saying?
No, liberal arts, you have to be. Math is where you actually have to show your work. You can't hide behind it.
No. You can hide behind being able to figure out this formula, but you can be like an asshole person or somebody who can't speak in public. And you can get away with it because you don't have to speak in public.
If you don't have boo, nigga. If you don't have liberal arts, you have people doing a crate challenge. You have people doing a crate challenge,
doing dumbass shit, thinking that they
for doing
smart.
Dumbass shit. And not thinking they're smart.
I would argue that there is nothing more liberal arts than that crate challenge. Has anyone ever been to PE?
Yes.
That's all we're witnessing on social media is a bunch of niggas going back to PE. And
no, the phys ed is not liberal arts.
It's not.
Phys ed
They actually combine phys ed and health now. A lot of schools.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
Oh.
That they're mixing the core part. And like we were kids, we're throwing paper balls at each other for snowball or dodgeball. But what I'm saying is like the crate challenge.
They did that. They called that dodgeball for you. You would throw paper balls at each other, and it was like this is
no. We throw like rolled up paper, and that was snowball. But this is something different. Anyway, what I'm saying with the crate challenge, you have these people who are not in their right mind.
I disagree, man. Come on, man. Don't talk about the people. The thing of what they are doing is dangerous. Don't talk about the people. Yes, but don't all the people that did the crate challenge aren't done.
They're something. They're special.
They are opportunists.
What?
You know, most of those crate challenges, niggas are paying, right? Like they're not just like, hey, we're gonna go viral. Niggas is like, yo, $3,500 right now. Run over the top of these crates.
Nobody's doing that shit. Nobody's paying $3,500 for a crate challenge.
That when it first started, niggas was paying $3,500. So yes,
niggas was getting together and paying $3,500 on a nigga running across some crates.
Yes, paying you money to do that. Now it might have turned into a viral thing. But before it was like, yo, $500, $1,000, $1,500, just make your way across the crate. I remember the first video I saw, a woman did it, and they gave her money. Here you go, you did it. Wow, good fucking job.
I mean, shit, like just like you know, that's just prostituting without the pussy though. Like you still fucking doing dumbass shit to get money, like all for the name of some money. That's how low your life is.
Where's it at? All right, there you go. Okay, I got the timestamp for that one. I got the timestamp for that one. Oh. But I mean, I don't want like, maybe it's my age. I don't know what it is, man. But I know I did dumb shit when I was younger. But the results of these crate challenges are like, what the people are getting folded. I mean, like really hurt, broken ribs, broken arms, broken jaws, you know, all kind of shit over, and it looks painful, and they keep doing it.
And you know why I'm calling it dumb? Because, you know, there's a difference in like getting injured over something you believe in. Like, even if it's like, hey, I like to fucking climb rocks, and I fell off of one and I got hurt, you know, or that 23-hour shit, you know, movies like that. But to fucking permanently injure yourself or take a chance at permanently injuring yourself.
You're just taking a chance. It's not even.
You're taking a chance at permanently injuring yourself.
They're like they're 7 to 8 feet up in the air on crates. We ain't talking about nothing sturdy. I mean, the coolest one I saw a dude roll the blunt the way up and lit it on the way down. That was okay. That was kind of hot.
It's a challenge that everybody probably shouldn't do. But you've got people who are like, you got fucking ninjas out there, man. They do that shit easy. I saw a dude go to the top and was like eating a bowl of cereal and then walked back down again. Like, that guy's a fucking pro. Yeah, pay him his money, and you know he's a ninja.
But I've seen women do it in high heels and get broke the fuck up.
I saw a woman do it in high heels and made it all the way over. Got fucking ninjas, bro, and they should be applauded. Give them their money and let's go, man.
Snoop Dogg.
That's how you feel about athletes too. So
listen, teachers should not get paid more than athletes. Okay.
Oh, that's man. Oh man.
So,
all right, I'm just
I can't. Cut his mic. Cut his mic. Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
To go into that shit.
If you're playing the sport of cricket, you should get paid more than a teacher.
Wow.
Any sport where you could possibly hurt yourself and to end your career from doing that thing, you should get paid
cricket?
more than a teacher.
You can get injured in cricket. Yeah, the balls are heavy.
That's what I'm saying. You should get paid more than a teacher. And if you play cricket, if you play lacrosse,
it's okay. It's okay to do athletic shit as long as you're getting paid for it.
Oh yeah, don't do it for free.
Have
the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Literally walk the rainbow, but have the pot of the gold wait.
But that's
for
what
you at the end.
Now the thing is that they're. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Don't start the mess again.
Yeah, thank you, yo. Thank you.
There's only one person. There's only one coach who should get paid like the players. That's Sean Payton for breaking his leg while coaching. Nobody else has gotten injured while coaching, then they should not make more than the players. That's the stance I'm taking now. It's the stance I took 3 weeks ago. Moving on. If you're getting paid for doing the crate challenge and you think you can do it, good. I kind of agree with Sirius. Thank you, Phenom. If you're getting paid for doing a crate challenge and you think you can do it, do the shit. But don't do it for free.
So you support prostitution too?
And don't do it on
support
concrete.
the legalization of prostitution?
Are you equating crate challenge to prostitution?
Again?
Yeah. Like how? Like
yeah, are you saying
I did it?
Like how do you even?
So wait, are you not advocating for the legalization of prostitution?
Am I not advocating?
I mean, if the idea is
go for it, man. I
should
do sex workers, man.
Shit as long as you get paid for it, then
legalize the shit, man. It's their body. Let's do it. That's what you want to do. Do it.
How many prostitutes would you have sex with?
What do I look like? A Christian? Do it.
How many prostitutes would you have sex with?
How many prostitutes would I have sex with?
Yeah.
Would I? Why would I? I don't got paid for it. I'm married.
Why would I? I got a girl. I'm not at the bottom of the barrel yet.
Now
my life's not that hard yet that I gotta pay because I'm lonely. No, I'm still good. I'm still in this game.
But look, prostitution in all its forms serves a vital service. It's mental health.
Mental health for those who can't.
There you go. Maybe I have a difficult time talking to women, and maybe I just want to pay a woman for her time, and she happens to be beautiful, and you just
want company. That's
I want company.
Yeah, doesn't even have to have sex. It's just like, hey, just ask me.
If I'm paying $5,000 a night, we having sex, and that's it.
I mean, they do have professional.
Somebody having sex with me. I don't get.
She's like, yeah, you're right. Somebody is having sex with you. Hey, Butch. Hey, come in here for a second.
Hey, Butch ain't fucking me. I'm fucking Butch.
I said it. I didn't think it would take a turn like this. I mean, it was my fault.
Hey, Butch ain't fucking me. All right. I'm not a bottom, goddamn it.
Whores still deserve to get paid. Whores still deserve to get paid, even if you're an attention whore.
Oh no, I don't think attention whores.
Okay, probably not. Honestly,
but they're still whores.
So hot take.
Oh, are we? Listen,
I think Superhead. Hold on, I think Superhead didn't get paid.
Just imagine what we're Superhead get paid for action. She made that book and she got paid.
She got paid in publicity. She got paid in experience.
She got that attention. She wrote that book. She got the attention. She got money.
Basically, just wrote about her internship.
Niggas wanted to know.
Y'all seen her video? Internship. She changed the game. Trust me. Salt and pepper shaker changed the game.
Shit.
I've
Come on now. She blossomed a whole bunch of great, students. That's all I'm saying. They saw the tape. They knew what was going on.
Before we go to the super hot take, man, I'm gonna ask Deontay. I'm gonna actually give him a cop out. If he really, because he's my friend, man, and I'm no real journalist. All right, I'm not here for the story. I just want to make sure if you are fully comfortable expressing this hot take.
I mean,
what hot take?
Nah, I stand by what I said.
Oh, the hot take. Okay,
I stand by what I said.
All right. So, do you want to express to the people? We got people in here now. You want to express to the people? What this? All right, what the hot take
is? This is my hot take. All right. When it comes to moving up in the corporate world, in the corporate ladder, we always know that education is definitely one thing that puts us ahead. Nowadays, diversity is something that also puts us ahead. So the more diverse, the more exotic, the more knowledgeable of other cultures it seems that businesses are becoming. They are now hiring, full diversity, inclusion, like experts to handle all of these issues. And so I made the statement
Time
that
out. Before you even say the statement.
Oh, how you go?
Because I see what he did. I see what he did just then. And I don't know. I don't like how he did this. I don't like how he did this at all.
Oh, now you don't like it.
Because a hot take is you say it. You let the people react to it, and then you give your reason. Then you defend it. You just
I did it backwards.
laid out the whole defense first to soften the blow of the hot take.
The hot take is I said that the closest thing to the white man is a gay black man. That is the hot take. So when it comes to
you did. Closest thing to being a white man is being a gay black man. Parentheses, quotation marks.
Me.
He tried to. He cleaned up the hot take before he said it. Phenom says he trying to clean up the hot take. He cleaned it up. There was no mess, and he just started mopping the floor. Now, after he's mopped the floor, he takes a glass.
There you go. Nah, man, you thought I was cleaning it up. I was putting down Teflon. So when I spill this drink, it slides right to the drain.
All right, so okay. Shit. So where do we go from here? Because you've already defended it. But all right, so that's your hot take. Now, when you said that hot take, all right, I'm going to allow this question. Bruce, tell me what the question is, because that's a mighty high hill to die on.
Hey, man,
I'm going to allow, because you already defended it, and then you said it. So you should be prepped up for this question. That
there's more. There's more.
Okay. Well, I would go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No. I mean, like, there's more as the questions come on. Like, I have more examples of this shit. So
okay,
yeah, let's keep it going.
Okay. Well, yeah. If y'all got questions, so that's the hot take. All right. When he said that to me, I asked him.
Somebody hill to die on. I like that.
I asked him if he was sure.
That's a mighty hill to die on, which is true. It's a mighty hill to die on.
But okay, so I mean, go ahead, man. I mean, you've got examples, and whatever. I'll read whatever questions you guys throw in there, but I'll let them give the example.
My mother keep calling me.
My only defense really is just like, if you look at websites of businesses, and you look at their board, you look at their employees, and especially in the education field, like, you're going to see a lot of times they'll be in black urban environments, but it'll be a bunch of white women. And if it's not a white women or white men, I'll call you back. I'm in the middle of the podcast.
Time out. Hold on. Yeah. Because he's going to have to edit this. Why would he do that? Why would you do that?
So are you saying?
No. Cut the shit. Cut the shit. Your mic was hot, Mister. Hey, I'm doing a podcast right now. I'll call you back.
Oh, my bad. I could. It's my mother. She called me like 4 times. Shut up.
Oh, man, she okay?
My mom's call, man. You gotta listen.
No, I get it. I get
it. My mic was hot. That's about me. Hey, everybody. Hey, you get live action here. This what a live show. This is what we do right here. Fuck ups. Anyway, back to what he was saying. I try to get in smooth. And you gotta call me out, asshole.
No, because I had to stop his point because you were talking in the background, so I had to stop.
Oh, you hear?
Yeah, because we can hear. So I was like, he's gonna have to edit this out or whatever. But all right, so Deontay's.
I'm gonna leave that shit in. Fuck it, man.
No, I mean, yeah, whatever, man. But all right, so go ahead, Deontay. You was making a point.
No, I'm sorry. When it just comes to climbing corporate ladders, the more you get to the top of shit, like you see. I don't look, man. The whole point that I'm making is that
What happened to that example?
It just fell. It just
why
fell.
did that example just blow up like that?
It's like, look, man, fuck it.
Hold on now, but listen, I understand what you're saying because you're saying correct me if I go off crazy here. Mm-hmm. If you're a black man, that's one thing. If you're a gay black man, you're safe. You know what I'm saying? You're a safe black man. Listen, you're not a threatening black man if you're a gay black man. Gay black men are quote unquote not like intimidating. So to climb a corporate ladder and you're a gay black man and if you fall into the trope of the gay black man, they're more likely to see you as not the fearful black man, not the assertive, not the thug black man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people have. A lot of people of non-black people think that they see black men and like, oh, he looks angry, he looks intimidating. They're coming off like that. Now, if I'm a gay black man, and you can tell, and a lot of gay black men, you can tell, not a lot, the ones I've met, you can tell they're gay. They're a little more flamboyant, a little more expressive, right? It feels less threatening than, say, serious, right? And people think that, well, I like him. He's nice. He's a sweetheart. Like a Billy Porter. I'm saying somebody who is flamboyant and nice and boisterous and all this stuff. They feel less threatening. That's why I think you'll see in a lot of corporate America, especially now. I know in my business, you will see a lot of like gay black men at a higher positions than straight black men.
Definitely.
Especially in the field of education.
You got to be like, either you got to be gay or you got to be like on Wayne Brady.
You have to be not even Wayne Brady. You have to be non-threatening. You have to be that means you don't have dreadlocks. You don't have, and if you do, they're tied real nice. You can't be the threatening, stereotypical threatening black man, but that's what they're going to see. Right? But seriously, you're tall, you're not a small guy. You walk into a room, you're gonna carry your presence. You know what I'm saying? And then the white folks in the room are gonna size you up. Is he BLM? Is he Black Panther? How is he? Then you speak like, well, he's speaking now. Well, you're very educated.
I'm a bad example because if I walk in it now, I walk with a cane. They're gonna this guy.
Well, they might think you're a pimp.
I mean,
what I'm saying, but I understand.
With you, huh?
I understand what Deontay said because basically what it is, you have to, in order to move up in this country as a black man, in a lot of ways, you have to be non-threatening. You have to be non-threatening. You can't be too aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You can't be what's the word we're looking for? You can't be too assertive.
Yeah.
And it goes for black women also.
And so black women, I made that point earlier. My bad, Adrian.
So I'm sorry, but like black women sometimes fall beneath gay black men. Does it go gay black men, gay black women, black men? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, I would say you're asking now. That was your point. I don't know. Is that how that
goes? I'm just saying that kind of the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes like that.
I would say white man, white woman, gay black man, black woman.
No.
Gay black woman.
What? I would say white man, gay white man, white woman. The gay white man can hold a lot of power also.
Well, then shit. That's why I'm just leaving it at white man because shit. They not all. You go over into the theater world and it's nothing but gay white men. So
all right,
it's not like that's not an issue.
I disagree with y'all. This is what DMH Click's saying. I disagree with y'all. I work in the corporate world, and I must tell you that your assumptions about black gay men and the corporate ladder is totally false. If black educated women who micromanage people that look like them, those are the ones that are closest to the white man.
Said black women.
If black educated women who micromanage people. So if black educated women manage other black educated women, then they are the ones that are closest to the white man. So a black woman is closer to a white man than a gay black man, is what you're saying?
In the corporate world? I'm confused on that. Are we talking about the corporate world or just in general?
No, he said in the corporate world. He said he works in the corporate world.
Okay. So they're saying that basically the black woman is. Do you have any? So there are no black gay males in your work.
In my work, or they're talking about what you call it
on the chat. DMH click.
I know black women are the most educated women in the country. We all know that.
Yeah,
that's
I believe that without them.
Yeah. That's fact.
Yeah.
But as far as climbing that corporate ladder, who has a better opportunity to get to that corporate ladder? A educated black woman or educated gay black man?
DMH click said an educated black woman. There are no black gay males at my job that are openly gay, and if they are, they don't have position of power.
Then I would ask.
I
don't know.
I don't have a horse in this race at all because I don't know, and I've never worked corporate. But
what about what's my man's name that hit you up on Tinder?
Oh yeah,
your friend.
Was it Lucius or something?
Lucius.
Hey, listen. He hasn't called. He hasn't jumped back into the chat. I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't good enough for him.
You did something to him. You did something wrong.
Maybe. I thought we were going to stop talking about my personal life. Anyways.
Sorry about that. Go ahead. My bad.
In my office, the hierarchy is a few white men, one or two black women, and everyone underneath them are people of color.
So are there any white women? Because that would be.
Also, we have to look at the industry. What industry is he in?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, it's probably just corporate. I mean, not just corporate, but I believe government. If I'm not mistaken.
And what I'm saying to you is what I'm saying with Deontay is like when you in education, what I've seen, it's the straight black man is not the one that's been moving up.
State Department.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's not a gay, openly gay man in
He said yeah, he right.
Yeah, State Department. State Department would make sense.
Yeah.
They put some people in color. They put some people but again, there's still white men at the top. You got some people of color working in the middle ground, and then everybody else underneath.
We're never going to change. We're never going to change. The white man on top thing is not going to change in our lifetime. They have too much of a head start.
But we're talking about the gay black man, his role in corporate.
The gay black man in corporate. If you're not talking about government, that's a whole different thing.
Education is going to be different than like finance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, because like in finance, a gay white man is going to have a lot of sway. Like real estate, a lot of gay men.
Okay,
it all depends on the job. I mean, I guess it's all nuanced. We got to be with the job because I know in education.
So you're saying you're saying I'm trying to understand what you guys are saying. So you're saying in real estate, for the most part, it's going to be a gay white man that's at the top. Adrian.
In high end real estate, yeah.
And what you're saying, Deontay, is that in education, the gay black man is going to be what at the top, second, 3.
They're going to be in leadership positions more often than not.
So then, my question is, how do y'all know? Where are these numbers?
I'm talking from my personal experience. I've seen that across several.
I got Google.
Okay, what website told you that in real estate most white men are?
Let me look it up first, sir.
Most white men are gay at the top of the line because this is the thing. So Um, and see,
What were we talking about to
even
even bring this on?
even this is your hot take. We're still on your hot take. So now
Oh,
I'm
I'm saying what got
questioning.
this?
I'm questioning the you know the actual idea of it. Is like, all right, well, how do we know enough of it to say like, yeah, this is the case.
I mean, the whole well, in education, which is what I'm primarily speaking about, like there's a call for more black male educators like that, and that's been a thing for a very long time. Like education is primarily run by women, and that's the way that it was intended to be when they started the public school education system. Like it was that's why it was considered a woman's job. Like it was weird if you got to pre-K or kindergarten and your teacher was a male, they would automatically think like that's a pedophile or some shit, but because it was declared just like all of the, in societies years ago that teaching was a woman's work. That was what women were to do. So males in education kind of just like became this thing where
I think you're gonna have to look for that type of
information. I'm gonna have to like dig into it. But I understand what you're saying, because in the it all goes, and again, it goes back to that people see black men, straight black men, as in a lot of ways, it's intimidating. They're intimidated, or because what they've been told by the media, what they've been projected on TV, what they've seen, throughout history, the straight black man is a threat. Where I'm scared. That's why police officers, when a police officer pull over a black person, their hands on a gun is so damn fast. A black man. Now, do black women and do black gay men get that same energy? I doubt it. I think it's the intimidation factor of a black man is not that it scares people. It's what you've been projected, what's been shown of the black man. You're scary, you're intimidating, you're loud, you're aggressive, you're a gangster, you're about drugs, you smoke weed, you do all this stuff. That's what they're showing on TV. All we care about is money and shoes and gold chains. This is what you're showing now. Recently, you're getting a little more of the nuanced look of the black man. But for a long time, that's all you were getting on TV. So the perception is, if I'm a black man in corporate, and if I don't know somebody, if I'm not a ball player, he's okay. Why did you get here? Now I got to size you up. I look at it this way. But I think when you have a gay black man, it's disarming. You may have a problem with homosexuality. That's one thing. But you don't feel threatened by that gay man.
And I'll say this, like, I think gay men, especially when they're moving up the ranks, like know how to code switch a lot better than straight men do. It may be because they're in different environments, or they're in like they find themselves in different situations, but
because I think the LGBTQ community is a little more inclusive when it comes to that. They're all gay. You know what I'm saying? White, black, yellow, green, they're all gay. Whereas that's a little different. If I'm a black man and a white guy, that's two different experiences. But if I'm a gay man, if I'm a gay man in San Francisco, black or white, I'm gonna probably have the similar experiences. You know what I'm saying? Of hatred and discrimination. So they're kind of like interlined in that they have their own community. There's a sub community within our community. You know what I'm saying? They have their very own. So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Comparatively to like a white man to black man, but a gay black man to a gay white man, yeah, your experience is going to be different. But at a certain point in time, your interests are going to go like this. You're going to overlap.
Right.
Whereas a white guy and a black guy, when our interests don't really overlap in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying?
Unless we like sports.
Always lead with the sports question. You're not
what
sure.
Team you like? Hey, bro, what team you like, man?
That's it.
Right.
Always lead with sports, man.
Hey, man, did you see the game last week? It's like, man, I don't give a fuck about
what the game.
Click said, real estate. Yes, there will be a gay white man that runs that side of. Okay, so he agrees with you, Adrian. And he said, That is true. There is a call for more black male educators in education. My wife is a teacher and she can contest to that. And to one of you all's points, he said, well said. So,
but I think the call for black men in education is because we're now realizing that I heard somebody say this: white cops. I forgot the quote. When I remember the quote, it's something like, comparatively speaking, on how white cops are to black men or white women to black kids in school. Kind of like you want to teach them, you're there to teach them, but unless you are familiar with the situation, how do you teach somebody about the people who they are? How do you teach me about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I mean, unless you could be the best, you could be the most well-versed white person in Black history studies, but you can't speak from the experience. You know what I'm saying?
But you could do a damn good job. What's that lady that you love so much?
Oh, Jane Elliott. Oh yeah. But Jane Elliott even recognizes that, hey, I'm a white woman in this country. I was born into this country in a racist system. I was racist long before I was educated. Because that's what I'm taught. You know what I'm saying? I'm taught racist shit. So if you're not actively unlearning this shit, that's what you know. Mm-hmm. That's what you think. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the calling for more black men to be teachers, because if I'm a young black student and this white woman is my example of black history, that kind of like throws me off a bit. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes to the self-love aspect. The reason why rappers and athletes are so prevalent in the black community, because we celebrate them. Because there's so many of us in those two industries. Now, if you flood our industry, you flood education with black men, not just black women, black men, they will get celebrated the way the black women get celebrated in the education system. You know what I'm saying? And that will change the dynamic on how we see ourselves within education and how black kids see themselves within by going to college. Imagine if you had a bunch of HBCU grads going back and teaching in inner city schools. Hey, I went to Morehouse, and hey, I went to this. And you bring that energy with you of Morehouse, the energy with you of Howard. How that would change the perception. For all we say about Bill Cosby changed the way people went to college in the 90s. Because of a different world. But he made you see an example of yourself. Now you take that same formula and apply it to teaching K through 12. That to me would change how black people, how we would see educators and how we would feel about education, not about the hustle, and not about the let me get my shot straight, let me get my throwing arm straight, let me get my running game straight, but let me get my mind straight, let me work on this math homework, because I want to be just like Mr. Thompson, who teaches physics, because he makes physics cool. You know what I'm saying? It's a different. Representation matters. That's all.
Representation matters. Man, I was trying to figure out how the fuck I was going to tie in this next topic off of that long ass rant that you did. And it's like you fucking
gave it right to you, huh?
Gave it right to me right there at the end, man.
There you go.
And this and if I might be the last topic, maybe. We didn't talk about it when it happened, but Robin, Batman's sidekick, is bisexual now. Boosie Badass, the rapper, his comments about homosexuals, and they got a straight pride parade. No, that's just a runoff of three topics that we can just kind of
but they all merge together.
Yeah, we can merge that all into one. But how do you all feel about any one of those things?
Shit. Straight pride parade is stupid. I like having a white only parade. You're already a majority. Why are you having something you're a majority for? That's only people who are minorities.
History Month.
Yeah, it's like you are the majority. You don't need to specify the majority, because the majority is already in power. That's dumb as shit.
Well, now that's what ties it into Boosie's comments, because according to Boosie, their heterosexuality isn't the majority anymore.
I think Boosie got molested as a child.
Whoa.
Shit.
I'm not taking that take at all. That is the comments.
Oh damn! They set
What?
Boosie up. The transgender woman that had a show agree with him.
Yeah, the transgender woman that yeah, she did. She said she did agree with some of the stuff that he was saying, and because I watched the whole thing.
Yo,
But how? But
Yo, wait,
you're
can
not.
we
You're
can we
not
set this
pushing.
straight first? Can we set this straight? Transgender woman means former man, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right.
Cool. Yeah. Well, she.
I don't see why he would. If you listen to the interview, he's like, well, I'd rather trust my money with gay people than anybody else. Gay people don't steal.
Okay, I mean, well, you got to shade through the ignorance in that, because he did say a lot of ignorance.
He's a poster boy for education. Why we need to improve our educational system? Because you're in an industry that's predominantly music, liberal arts industry. There's a lot more people of different sexual orientations in that field. And you're going to come out your mouth and say, well, they need representation. Straight people need representation. What's the fucking world we live in right now? Straight people are represented everywhere.
And have been. For
and
a
have
very
been
long time.
Very long time. Even though homosexuality has been going on since the beginning of time. But straight people have been, and again, haha, I can tie that back to white supremacy also, but we'll go on. But
I'm always down for the whitey take. What was it?
Okay, the reason why it's like this. Okay, here's another tie-in where the homosexuality in the Black community is so frowned upon, especially with men. Gay women are more acceptable than gay Black men, and here's why. Slave masters raping young men and boys. They did it in Belgium during the genocide in the Congo. They did it in Jamaica to break bucks. They would have sex with slaves in front of their wives and children. That's the it's a primal feeling of
demasculation.
We see it in that aspect, buck breaking, because slave masters, white supremacists, those dirty pedophiles from Europe who want to marry kids at 11 years old and have sex with boys. Those people will go to the Congo and have boys as slaves. They would go to Africa and they'll take these African villages and grab little boys, little girls as sex slaves. So the transference of that to Black people is, if you are gay, you are somehow weaker. If you're a gay Black man, you are really weak, which is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Which is real bullshit, because that comes from that aspect of butt breaking and raping little boys. There was no stigmatism to homosexuality in Africa prior to white men coming to that country, because kings would have concubines with men and women in their harem. So there wasn't a stigma to Shaka Zulu had wives and he had concubines as young men, not children, but and I'm telling you how it was. Because there wasn't
Shaka.
Because it wasn't I'm weakening my bloodline. It was, I captured, I conquered, this belongs to me. Sometimes I want this, sometimes I want that. It's just what I want. I'm king. I want that. But what the Europeans did and the Spanish did, they said, we're going to make a mockery of you. We're going to shame you. If you're a straight man, not a gay man, but a straight man, I'm going to have sex with you. I'm going to fuck you in front of your wife and children. I'm going to break you down to the lowest point of your manhood, to break you, to do what I want for what I want to do. I'm gonna break you psychologically. That's what they were doing, and that's where we have this mentality of,
black gay men are so weak and we shouldn't be pushing this on our kids. That's all bullshit. But it's been black. Langston Hughes was gay. Baldwin was gay. Do we think of them any less great than they were? George Washington Carver was gay. I mean, there's been a lot of black gay people who are famous. They couldn't tell anybody. Billie Holiday was gay. I could go on and on. But now you take Boosie, his dumb ass, he's like, well, I don't want that on my TV for my kids. But but like Charlemagne said on the interview, we've been celebrating the drug trade, beating women, shooting each other in the streets, having a beef to step to my drawers for years. But two guys on TV kissing fucks with you, that says more about you than anything else. And I keep telling you, something happened to Boosie as a kid. And that's why every time something gay comes on, he's on IG. Something happened to that dude.
Well, he said he has his right to parent the way that he wants to parent. He said he's raising his household to be non-gay, whether it's one of his boys
what is a non-gay
or is one of not like he said the way he's raising his children is if it's his sons, they gonna like women. His daughter, she gonna like men. Like he not with the gay shit in his family, and he has that right as a parent to raise them that way.
Oh, that's
despite
bullshit.
Of how they feel. He's just it's not rocking with me. That's what he said.
Again, something happened to him when he was younger to make him this hateful to gay people.
Yeah, because he said he don't hate him. He said he don't hate him.
Come on, man, that's hate.
He said he don't hate him at all.
He said that shit for the cameras. Behind cameras, he's saying throwing the F word out there nonstop. He said
he has gay people that work for him that he trusts dearly, that know him and understand him, and that he rock with.
Then he's bullshit.
Oh, the hypocrisy is real.
Oh yeah.
I what I'm saying, it's there, it's blatant. You know what I mean? He can do whatever he wants in his house to raise his kids, but that does not change how they will be in the rest of their life. That's what Click said.
And as a father, I'm gonna tell you right now, hypocrisy. If you take your kids and you push down their identity and you push down who they are to fit
it's gonna
you
end
fucking
bad.
That kid up for life.
Yeah, it's gonna end bad. And that's I don't think he understands that. He feels as though the way that he chooses to raise his children can actually change how they feel about a particular thing. And I think it'd be interesting if one of his sons was like, "Hey, man, I like boys." Like, I'd want to see what his reaction would be.
He's
to
probably
that.
pushing him in that direction. He's like telling his own future.
Yeah, but when you have a racist parent, that person you're racist against ends up in your family. It always works. If you don't like black people, your daughter or son's marrying a black person. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's something psychological about it. Like it's something that you like an imprint that you put on your children. Like, why does he hate black people so much? Well, let me go interact with him and see how it is. Oh my God, I love them. Daddy, look what I brought home. No, that's not what I've been raising. That's how it's going to end up with Boosie. That's what's like. Like they just,
I just
somebody's going.
Like I said, has Boosie been in jail?
What happened? Yeah, he went to jail.
There you go. I'm done.
Damn.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm done.
You think something happened to him?
He's a small dude too. Yeah. Lil Boosie. Yeah.
Think something happened to him in there?
Listen, for you to have that much animus about a people you don't even associate with.
Now, but hold on. Now,
come on, man.
Adrian, we share a friend that believes the same thing, and there's no evidence of any forms of sexual abuse or anything like that.
That was taught to him.
Could be suppressed.
That was taught to him throughout his whole life. You gotta understand, black men are taught, do not be soft, do not be easy. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, you're a punk, you're a gay. So that logic. It's there.
I believe the argument would go back to the Bible. People use that Bible argument of homosexuality.
Well, they gotta stop. Don't eat shellfish. Don't work on Sundays. If you touch a pig skin or football, kill yourself.
Condone. You have to. You condone slavery.
You condone slavery. It's a stop the whole Bible situation. Use it as it was intended to be used as, not literally, but metaphors, stories, fables, folklore.
Don't use it at all.
Well,
No,
that
I wouldn't say
well,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't say don't use it at all.
No, because this is so this is the situation. This is, and I'm not, listen, man, I'm not like some super heathen, but you all, both of you all, go throughout your days and you all call people idiots and stupid and dummies on a regular. Adrian wants to take most of them and pack them in Florida and Texas and ship them off. Now you're saying, so you're telling these same people, which is the masses,
never going to change.
Which is the masses. You're telling these same people, hey, listen, be smart enough to differentiate the good and the bad in the Bible when it's giving you both.
Well,
so now all of a sudden you want people to be smart enough to no, man. You need a whole new source to
we need critical. We need critical thinkers, right? And it comes back to education, but ultimately it gets beyond the white supremacy and shit, because if you could see the beauty in the Bible, like there's a lot of good principles there. There's a lot of good shit in the Bible if you look at it metaphorically.
So separate them. Look at it a certain way. So separate them, put it in a new book, and only have good things. Because you all are telling the same people that you call idiots, dummies, and assholes to look at the same source as everyone else and say, hey, look, man, figure out the difference.
No, I'm not
asking them to figure it out.
I'm not asking them to figure it out.
I'm asking that the church and the people that use the Bible as a source as a primary source of how they're going to live their life, to actually talk about what the Bible really says. Like when the Bible says,
I'm with you on that, and that's my only thing. That's my issue. If you're gonna come to me with Bible verses, you're gonna come to me with, and that's what your arguments you're based on, or your argument. Please don't even start there. That's a non-starter with me.
Right.
Because religion, you can't take it at literal conversation. It has to be, these are the metaphors. These are the type of situations you find yourself. There's a higher purpose to think and pray to. But the problem is, what Sirius is saying is that they only use it to control. They don't use the good stuff. They don't use the good stuff. Am I right?
No. I'll put it this way. This will be your other hot take. People believe in religions because they don't want to be accountable.
Ooh, stop it. I'm writing that. Stop that.
Nah, that's
all right. Shit then.
Nah, you don't want to be held accountable. And it's like, when you think about it, I don't even get mad anymore, because it's like, who am I to take somebody's Jesus away? Like when you can't fucking pull together the cab money and you need $20 and you just got finished sucking a dick and you still can't even get halfway around town, then like, who am I going to be to say, like, don't call on Jesus? He's not the one that supplies your needs. Like, you need that shit. And unfortunately, a lot of our like more impoverished communities are the ones who are really like stone cold believers in that shit. They need something to believe in, because damn it, it can't be myself. It can't be like the system that are here, that are supposed to educate me and shit. Like, I gotta believe in something, and I choose for it to be, Jesus Christ. And hey, fuck it. If that's what you need to believe, then like, cool.
Listen, I will not take somebody Jesus away. I'll take somebody's God away. But I heard a quote, and it keeps ringing in my ear. A slave and a slave master cannot serve the same God.
Damn.
How am That slave master is praying that my slave stay in line. That slave is praying to be free. How can we serve the same God? How are we praying to the same God? That doesn't make sense. Those are diametrically opposed to one another. That doesn't make any sense. And that's how I come to when it comes to religion. That same person. What is what you?
Hey, listen,
what did he say?
listen, Phenom. Deontay don't love these hoes. If there's one thing he don't love, he do not love these hoes. Phenom asks, "What is with you in these whore examples?" He don't love these hoes.
No, but I understand what he's saying, because how do you, if that person is like so down, they were taught to pray this God and salvation, and in the afterlife, your life's going to be great, because that's what we're praying for. When they're talking about religion, they're not talking about now, they're talking about hereafter. Am I right? That's what y'all been talking, right?
I mean,
it's the hereafter.
They put a clause in there so that, like, oh yeah, you're supposed to go through the bad shit now, but it's gonna be better later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And we're like, what about now? What about right now? I have no money. I'm about to go get a handy in the parking lot for $20. What about right now? Okay, my hands gonna smell like dick later. What am I gonna do?
Or you could have trouble paying your bills, or it's like your car just broke down. I'm kind of with Phenom on this one. What's with these whore examples?
I went with the whore example because we were talking about it earlier. I do that every episode. It's called
and I'm going
fashion.
It's a technique. It's an actual technique. It relates to something that was earlier in the podcast.
It's called a callback.
There you go.
What I'm saying, because think about how bad your life got to be that you are willing to get into a car with a stranger and give that person a hand job. How bad does your life have to be to go, you know what? Whip your dick out. Let me just. Ew, it's on my hand.
I feel like if you fucking that much, you need to get on cigarettes or something. Like, that's what Kweli said.
I'm just saying. How bad? That's why I said, like, when people are on heroin and meth and you know how bad that drug's got to be for you to offer a blowjob for $20?
Oh, y'all gotta watch some. Y'all gotta watch some Soft White Underbelly.
What's that?
Ooh, Soft White Underbelly, man. They go into. They've had KKK members on there. They had homeless people, prostitutes, pimps, drug addicts.
For a 90s video? What?
Right. What do they do?
No, they just sit down and they get interviewed by this guy. They just talk about their lives.
Like humans, it's like Humans of New York type thing.
I haven't seen that. It sounds similar though.
Yeah, Humans of New York, a guy, he started on Instagram. We'd take pictures of people, but then he'd interview them, and it was just people, their stories.
Yeah.
And he would talk the individual people's stories of their life. And I see what you're saying. Yeah, because there's a thing, like, this all goes back to the whole homosexual and the gay thing. We're taught a certain way, so many fucked up things. And then that thing is pushed onto us, and we feel, well, that's wrong. And it comes back to supremacy, white supremacy. It comes back to, it all comes back to white supremacy. Think about it. It all does.
Just everything, right? Just everything goes.
Give
back
me
to
something. You give me anything. You give me anything. I'll tie it back to white supremacy.
Feminism.
Go. Huh?
Feminism.
Oh, that's easy.
That's what. That's mean. That's no such. What's feminism?
What do you mean? What's feminism?
What is that?
It's a thing.
What's feminism?
That women.
What is it?
That women fight for? Oh, it's feminism.
But women should be treated.
You
women
said
okay.
Do a thing, and I gave it to you.
Okay. Feminism. There should be no such thing as feminism.
Nope.
Feminism, because women should be treated.
Hold on, wait.
Wait.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you how it happens.
What?
Nope. Whatever you're about to say, you're mansplaining. All right. So, anyways, moving on.
I'm fucking my mansplaining.
That's how it is.
That's how it goes.
There's no argument against feminism.
You're mansplaining. Yeah. I got it. That was funny. I got it. Wrap the shit up, man. I'm hungry.
All right. So, just for the record,
Popeyes is here.
Just for the record, well, let me just ask you guys a brief question, then we'll wrap it up. So, do you all believe that there is an attack on heterosexual?
No. It's representation matters. It's representation. Just like white people used to say, when white people say there's too many black people,
there's too many niggas
this,
around. That's my example. That's the example I always give. I see. That's why you are my friend, man. That's fucking you, man. I say that shit all the time. Somebody asked me, how the hell can I equate racism to homosexuality? And I was like, watch this. but that's that, man. All right, so it's cool, man. We're both on the same page. As a matter of fact, Click's got something to say. Feminism is a result of beatings from poor white men who at a time didn't have any work to conduct once the slave trade dispersed. And feminism is the result of whore, says Phenom. And to the both of you, I would say you're wrong because you're mansplaining still. There's no argument against feminism. No matter what you say. Just I like the callback. Did you see the callback that Phenom? It's a good callback. Of the horse? Yes. Yeah. But no, it's just I had an argument with it. I was so confused by the end. So confused and defeated.
Oh, it's a confusing thing.
But it shouldn't. But feminism shouldn't exist.
No, I agree. I agree.
Women should be equal to men.
And mid argument, I was like, "Listen, I don't know why we're arguing because, like, I'm on your side, but like,
I got your back, girl."
Like, I kind of don't want to be now because you're being such a bitch about it. Like, this,
you can't do that.
Like, I felt really bad thinking and saying that, but I was just like, all right. Anyways, hey, listen, you all in the chat, man. You guys are great as always. Deontay, Adrian, you guys are great. A lot of things were said, a lot of truths were shared, a lot of balances were shared. There's no greater thing that's been shared than all of the facts that I've shared because I am always right. So, on that note, we're going to let Adrian get to his Popeyes. Deontay, man, I hope you have a good rest of the day. Chat, live it up, man. It's only 7 o'clock. You guys make sure you do something fun. And us, the Black Balance crew, will get at you later. Peace.
Peace.
Still live on something? Everything still?
On Facebook.
Now we're not Facebook live. But we're still for the after party.
You get your girl a gift yet, man? It's cuffing season and Christmas is coming. You start thinking now. You made it this far. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, you got to get her something.
Don't fuck it up.
Had a rose against Adrian. I told you were still canceled, Adrian. I told you.
That's a callback. That's a good callback for you.
That's a good callback. Yeah,
that's a callback. You're still canceled, bro.
So a Hurricane Ida's now a category 3. It's 125 mile per hour winds. You know how much fast that is?
It was 4 before, right? I mean, it's on land now, so it's going to start slowing down.
Yeah, you start slowing down. I'm looking at the picture right now. Ooh, they ripped off. Look at this shit. Bruh, this shit ripped off somebody's top of somebody's house like it was nothing. At some point in time, don't you want to move?
I mean, not easy.
No?
You do. I'm sure you do, but it's not easy. I want to move to a better house, but it's
like
whether
we were talking
a storm
about earlier,
comes here or not, I'm fucked.
I'm not leaving Maryland, man. I'm sorry. We're in a good spot.
That's what I've been That's what I've been trying to tell Fina.
I'm not leaving.
It's a good spot, Fina. We're in a real sweet spot.
I'm not moving it. No, I'm good.
I'm going to jinx it, saying it, but not a lot of bad shit happens here.
But look, think about this. We are protected. We are protected a lot more because the federal government's right down the street. You know what I'm saying? We are a predominantly black area in the DMV. Think about that. We have more wealth per capita in PG County than in all of the United States for black people. The Waldorf, I'm telling you right now, looks like Black Wall Street. If you drive down Waldorf and see all these black people owning all these businesses, or running all these stores, or running all these restaurants, and all these servers that are black, where are the white people at?
Yeah, they taking
the houses down here are like starting at $500,000. My house is worth $100,000 more than when I first bought it.
Are you in Waldorf?
Yeah.
Oh snap! I'm in Clinton.
Oh shit, we're right there.
Yeah.
We're all in like a 15 to 20 from each other.
And as soon as I finish my backyard project, I'm gonna have all y'all over. We're gonna hang out in the backyard.
Ugh, nigga, COVID, man. No.
Man, what? Y'all
it's
gonna
outside
have
in
to
the
get that shot.
backyard.
Somebody got it. I know one of y'all got it already.
I got both shots. I'm getting the booster. As soon as I say booster, I'm like, put it in there, baby. Put it in there.
I don't know.
You know why?
Booster,
I got because you know what? There's no more measles. There's no more polio. There's no more mumps.
Had to start
there's
somewhere.
No more.
It had to start somewhere.
So, exactly, and I'm first in line. If I'm worst case scenario, I'm a zombie. I don't know any better anyway.
What if you do? Like, what if you're just in? What if that joint just puts you back in the sunken place or some shit? You just know and you just can't do shit about it.
That'd be fucked up.
This
all turned out to be an elaborate scam to get us all like. All of a sudden they hit a bell. Bing.
I watched House, and there was this thing called locked in syndrome, and that was scary. Like you're just locked into your head. You still feel everything. I think Most Def was on that episode.
God, that would suck. That would suck.
Ooh,
I saw that episode. I saw that one too. That would suck.
I was like, that's so scary.
All right, I'm going to my Popeyes. I'm gonna holler at y'all later on the week.
All right, yo.
My brothers out.
Peace.
It's just me, you guys. Everybody's left. Anybody in the chat has anything to say to me and me alone? Now's the time to say it. Before I end it all. The stream. Before I end the stream. I should play 12 minutes. You know how much thing? I should play 12 minutes. I should just hook shit up right now and play 12 minutes. There's nothing else really happening. Yeah, it was a good pod, right? We did a good show. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm gonna go, you guys. You guys are great. Let's see. Insert tab A into slot B. Great pod, my boy. Glad to see you back. I mean, we had to take a 2-week mental break. You need to do it sometimes. It did feel pretty good being back. We had to cram a lot of topics today. We still didn't really cover everything that happened in 2 weeks because so much shit happened in 2 weeks. We didn't even touch Kanye, which I don't want to give him more attention than he already gets, honestly. It's a lot of shit going on with him. Apparently, they just released his album without him knowing. Speaking of which, they didn't take it back down, did they? Gotta see if it. I don't even want to listen to it to see. I just want to see if it was worth all this wait and worth all these listening concerts he kept holding. Because what if he did that and the album's just kind of so-so, not bad, but just so-so. It's okay. It gets a 7 out of 10. See, that's what I'm saying. For all this attention that it's been getting, it should be a 10 out of 10. You've had 3 listening parties, you have a bunch of people going to the shit, stacking stadiums and shit. Fuck. It really wasn't worth it. That's a problem. See, I gotta. But he could always say that it wasn't finished because, I did hear him say. I didn't hear him say, but I did read that he said that he wasn't. It wasn't supposed to be released yet. So it kind of got released, without his permission or whatever. Oh, sure enough, that's right here. 41 songs? Am I looking at this right? No, I can't be looking at. This is a playlist. I'm tripping. Oh, here they go. Yeah. Here we go. 27 songs? That can't be right. How many songs is on this jump? He just needed the tour money. It wasn't even a tour, though. It's more 20-something. That's crazy. Damn. It's a lot of songs. Like, he didn't even tour anywhere. He didn't even go anywhere. Like, I've never seen a tour when they just like sit there one spot and just keep coming to see me. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm not talking to any venues. As a matter of fact, I'm going to live here for a while until I finish making this album. Yeah. I wonder how many people went to him all 3 times. Like, how much of a fan you got to be like, yo, I'm going to this third listening party to listen to the same shit that you heard the first 2 times. That's a fan. Whoever did that, that's a fucking fan. I heard he made a lot of money off of that, man. I saw the number 12 comes to mind, or I think 12 mil. I remember reading that somewhere, but maybe I didn't. I could be mistaken. But I did hear that he made a lot of money off of holding those 3 listening parties. And at this point, with all the hype, how long could you milk that? Like, if he did like 5 listening parties, do you think like the 4th and 5th one would still be jumping like the 1st and 2nd? But the album's still not finished yet. Like, what if he hit 10? This is my 10th listening party. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like would he just keep making money off of that? Like, of an album that you do? You think so? The 4th and 5th one will be? I mean, maybe, man. Maybe. I've never seen quite a buzz like this Donda buzz, honestly. So I don't know. But we didn't talk about him on the podcast. There was a lot of shit that we we needed to talk about. It's a lot of bigger topics that were going on other than Donda. Listen to the first tracks. Donda Chant, Jail, God Breathed, and Off the Grid. These are all pretty long tracks too. 4 or 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. You know what I was scared of? I was scared that it was gonna have like a churchy feel to it. So like I said, once I finish, man, I don't know. I'll probably like, I'm gonna play 12 minutes. So I'm about to stream. I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna stream 12 minutes. That movie that came out on the Game Pass, with James McAvoy in it. I've been shelving that one, but I really want to play it. So I'll stream it and that'll be like my first reactions and whatnot. And I'll see you guys can hang and chill with me then. Um but I am going to take a quick break. And by quick break, I mean it does end with a churchy feel. You know how I feel about churches. I'm going to take a quick break. And by quick break, because this is the podcast stream still, I'm going to end this stream. Take about 5-10 minutes. Maybe let's say 7:30. I come back and we play 12 minutes. And we'll go through that and see how that pans out. And yeah, we'll run it like that. So Bruce, come back, man. I'll see you in a bit.